Attention, Somerset. I am Star Colonel Nikolai Malthus of the Jade Falcon clan. A full trinary stands ready to conquer your planet. What forces dare oppose us?
Is this some kind of joke?
You dare to refuse my bajal?
Refuse your what?
Prepare to feel the wrath of the Falcon's claws.
Welcome to Trident Wargaming, a podcast dedicated to all aspects of tabletop wargaming. Your hosts are Bill and Andy.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Trident Wargaming. I'm your host Bill, and I'm joined with my lance mate Andy.
Hey guys.
And today is all about that sweet Battletech. We got into a brawl. A bajal.
A what?
That's right. It was actually a lot of fun. But before we get too carried away, hobby highlights. What have you been doing?
Oh, well, I mean, just for this scenario that we've done here, hammering out some strikers. Somerset Strikers. As you can see earlier on, some of you guys have probably already seen it, but I was able to get Adam Steiner's Axeman done. And then I was able to get his lance mates, Zero, Hawkins in his Mauler and Zero in his Wolfhound, and then I also did Valton Rider's Centurion as well. So we'll be showing those later this week. So be on the lookout for those. But yeah, that and getting, of course, some of the other systems, gaming systems ready. Of course, the continuous white scars, and then I got some Merrick forces being prepped as well. So,
Ooh.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. How about you, Bill? What about yourself?
As people may have seen on Monday, I got a bunch of my clanners all done up. I ended up finishing off Kristen Redmond and the good old Pytor. Took some pics there of Malthus, so I got those all done up, and really happy with them. I actually have the clan version of Zero when he's in his Mad Cat on the workbench right now. So that's nice. It's being tackled as we speak, but as you know, the week goes on. So it was pretty good. Other than that, just prepping, a lot of prepping on the other system. Their Heresy, trying to get a lot of infantry punched out, and it's all about that sweet assembly line. So,
yeah, we all have that line. Some larger than others, but one saving grace, at least with Battletech, it's pretty much clean up and then paint. So no assembly required.
No, that is the nice part. It definitely is pretty. Actually, it's pretty legit considering most of your forces are anywhere between like 3 to 5 battle mechs.
Yep.
So actually, it's very refreshing that way when you have not a whole shit ton to pack around and clean up and everything. So,
and it's and I don't know about you. I think actually I do know, but I mean, it's really it's been really fun painting up battle mechs.
It has
since the big wave of Battletech has hit, and all these new miniatures have come out, and it's just of course, I'm overwhelmed with the miniatures, but I just love them. I enjoy painting them, looking up their schemes, checking out different units, and just even our community, seeing everybody kind of jump in and like everybody went hard on painting.
Everybody did.
Awesome. I love it. Like I'm hyped. I'm like, just hyped. So, but it's cool because we worked on some Wolf, some Steiner forces, and now the Somerset Strikers, and I got Merrick going, and I just got a whole bunch of stuff to go for Battletech. And I know yourself, you've been steadily working on your Jade Falcons.
Yeah, I've been a clan whore. I've been cranking out on my clan, and I have fire mandrills that I'm going to be also, cranking out on. I just can't get away from that warden. Enemies, I gotta have as many crusader bodies as I can throw at them. So
I'm the warden, you're the crusader. Remember that.
That's right.
So
But I
you just can't get out of that Sibco,
That's right. Well, and I do actually have now the remaining mechs I needed for my Grey Death Legion. Big shout to Hal. Hooked me up. Hooked me up with the much needed Warhammer and the Rifleman. So I was much appreciative of that.
Yeah, very nice.
And I've got a lot of Inner Sphere mechs that I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do, because I only really wanted to run like 2 lances of mercs. And, I've been kind of looking at a bunch of different houses and a bunch of different merc factions, and just trying to really see what do I actually want to play. And actually on one of the Battletech pages on Facebook, they're doing polls like who's the most the biggest enemy, or like just the worst of the worst for great houses. Like, who do you dislike the most? And after seeing some of the comments and the poll, how it went, you know what? I think I found my new great house is the Capellian Confederation.
Ooh.
I'm gonna roll that way, and show the rest of the Inner Sphere why they're the best house.
I figured that's who they would have picked.
Yeah,
and
not a very likable or very fondly talked of great house, which made me gravitate to them even more. So,
you looked at their units and whatnot, like which one you're gonna go?
Not yet. I've kind of just been reading up a little bit on Fluff just to see what they're all about, and they're assholes, so that's fine. It's right up there with my Crusader love, so I'm like, yeah, okay. I could go for it. So
there's the unit, I think, Death Commandos, I believe, and Jason would be all over that. He was playing them, but they're a pretty neat scheme with black and some green on them.
Oh, okay.
So it's a little different. I know you've done a lot of green, but
yeah,
pretty cool.
I'm trying to. It'll definitely be an alternate unit color, because I can't do more green.
Yeah,
I can't do more green. Painting up these other clanners was actually a really nice palette cleanser, because they're the gray white, kind of off white. And when I started painting, I'm like, man, this is a Comstar color scheme if I ever saw one. And then I was like, but no, still staying true to the tenets of Clan Jade Falcon. So
there you go. But I guess a little derailed on that one.
We went hard derail, but
it's okay.
Yeah, reeling it in, strapping in, to the battle mech, getting ready. So we played a game. We cranked out a mission, and we've been talking about it for a little while, and we actually got to play it. It was Clash in the Canyon, episode 2 from the actual Battletech cartoon. You have the source book.
The Somerset Strikers source book.
Yeah. So
which is pretty cool.
We were able to actually play this mission. It was actually really fun. It uses two map that are folded lengthways, and then the way that the map is actually kind of laid out is only about 6 or 7 hex are attached in the middle to make it kind of like almost like a lightning bolt kind of canyon map.
Yeah. And
actually the way it played out was pretty sweet. The attacker is obviously the first Somerset Strikers. We got Major Adam Steiner. He's rocking his Axeman. Dirty old Axeman. And then, we got Zach Hawkins, and he has his Mauler, like Andy had mentioned. And then Cyril Ramirez and the Wolfhound, which is classic. They also had Cadet Kylie. She was in a Banshee, which the mechanics in it were on the first turn, and then turns 2, 4, 6. You could do a strafing run, and you could always from the east side, because she's flying back around to the canyon, and basically, yeah, pick whatever mech you want, fire, boom, 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 do your thing. And then as a defender, I was able to play Star Colonel Kristen Redmond, which was awesome. I got her all painted up for this game. And then some just rando mech warrior Duvall. And whatever, that's fine. He was rocking Pytor's Hunchback, because that's the only one I've got, but we all know it was Pytor, for real, right?
Yeah, no, it was pretty good. It gave you the the feel of, okay, we're doing this. We're playing the cartoon. The first time really you see them kind of face off against each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the whole thing too is the way the deployment is pretty much supposed to be deployed where we're not actually visible to each other.
Yeah.
And the whole point of this Clash in the Canyon was that there was a down Centurion, which is a Velton Rider's mech at the time, not his actual Centurion, but a Centurion. And pretty much Redmond's about to unleash the killing blow on him, and the Strikers are coming in to try to help him out. So right out of the cartoon, man, like it's exactly the same kind of thing that was happening. Cool thing is the gunnery and piloting skills for each of the mechs and the pilots are different.
Yep.
And it really shows you who had more of the skill kind of thing in game. Redmond and Adam Steiner both were rocking piloting and gunneries of 2.
Oh yeah, and I've never, even when we were just playing straight up slugfest, like paying BV to upgrade the pilot skills and gunnery skills, I've never gone that hard. I've only went to like a 3, and let me tell you, 2 is completely bonkers.
Yeah.
It is insane.
Yeah, no, it was definitely very helpful in this game for having that kind of a skill level, and we also had 3-4s with like Hawkins and MechWarrior Duvall, and then of course Zero was pretty much the rookie
Standard, yeah.
the gunnery 4-5, So, and the neat thing is they do have it for Kylie as well. She has a pilot of 3 and a gunnery 4, but I'm assuming that was if you were to actually use her like as an aerospace fighter in game.
Mm-hmm.
But they do have the special rules, like Bill mentioned, for her, which I'd like to touch on that a little bit. It was very simple. It's a very simple mechanic, and it wasn't overwhelming.
No.
So it was pretty neat because she ends up firing 2 medium lasers at a target of your choosing, and then she comes in and she needs a 7 to hit, and happens, it happens, but doesn't, that's it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So pretty cool. It was fun. So victory conditions for this scenario pretty much are I have to, as the Somerset Strikers, needing to have a decisive victory to destroy both clan mechs, or a marginal victory if both clan mechs are driven off or destroyed. So there's that part, and then for Bill's Falcon forces, he's got to destroy all my mechs, or a marginal victory, he would have to escape through the west end of the canyon.
Yeah.
So it's nice that there's a little bit of victory conditions, and because again we've mainly played where it's just been a straight up brawl.
Yeah.
And we just fight each other, and we haven't really tried any missions at the moment except for this one. So it's cool to see what they have for mechanics. I like it. I can see there's going to be a lot more conditions like that to play around with, as I kind of looked at the other missions already. So, information is ammunition. So,
Indeed, it is.
so it was pretty neat. It was a brawl,
It was.
to be straight up.
It was nasty.
Like just a close quarter brawl. And I don't know, Bill, you want to start off how it went?
Well, I'll tell you what didn't happen in the cartoon.
Yeah.
Was I don't remember a Hunchback 2C just shredding that poor Mauler
No.
in the game. Like, those AC-20s, like we all know, okay, Ultra AC-20s, they hit hard.
Yep.
And I won't lie.
They hit
like,
harder that match.
They hit really hard. Like, my dice, they were pretty hot, I won't lie. I was hitting with all my weapons for majority of the turns. And yeah, that first volley just blew, like, the torsos apart on that poor Mauler. And throughout the game, because, you know, clan honor, I'm still one-on-oneing all the time. Not like the inner sphere rabble. But yeah, just one-on-one, I kept hammering turn after turn, not double firing either, just one volley and my two lasers. And I was able to actually, whittle that Mauler down and, blow off his leg. And then we found that, if he's immobilized, could do a called shot. So obviously called shots at the head. And was able just to, just double tap that poor bastard when he was on his back. And that was, it was very interesting the way it played out. Overall, that Hunchback, it took a bit of a beating. I did get an arm blown off from what I remember looking at here at this mech sheet. And it had damage.
Hawkins, like, he hit you quite a few times with his weaponry.
Yeah, I did.
But like it wasn't consistent in the same locations.
No, he was spread around pretty good.
Like, his missiles didn't hit worth shit. But
no.
Just hitting you here and there and just kind of spread out throughout your mech really was kind of the downfall on that one. When you hit me and you got a critical, like, you had a chance. You had like 3 chances to hit some ammo. And you hit an AC2. So it could have been over a lot earlier. But just couldn't believe, like, well, I could believe because I know what the AC-20s do, but looking at the damage on the mech sheet right now, just peppered, like, no armor on the torsos at all. Leg is gone. Internals are like halfway eaten up. Might as well just throw him over to the side. He's done.
Yeah, it was really nasty. Like, I pretty much lost an arm and was well on my way to losing my second arm. I only had 3 pips left, internal structure. And like, a lot of armor was chewed up all over the body, but honestly, like, it was getting spread everywhere, where the Hunchback was just awesome. And then jumping over to my Mad Dog, rocking the Mad Dog Prime variant. Now, I like the Mad Dog. I think the Mad Dog is better than the Mad Cat in all ways. Come fight me if you disagree. That's all I gotta say. But
a trial of refusal.
Yeah, it's the variant I use all the time for this particular mech, and I honestly do think it puts in a lot of work for the tonnage, like 60-ton mech, and for what you're paying BV wise. It hits hard, just as hard as the Mad Cat, in my opinion. It can tank damage just as well, and like, my Mad Dog took a shit kicking.
It also dealt a shit kicking.
Well, yeah,
because let's just put it this way: the Axeman, Steiner's Axeman, got railed very early in the game, with Bill scoring 2 criticals on the center torso.
Yeah.
And hitting 2 engines.
Yeah.
So he already like kind of slowed him down just from that. Couldn't even get in to swing his hatchet. So, but just took a lot of damage trying to close that gap, and like honestly, the Mad Dog's pulses were just chewing him apart, you know.
Yeah.
And then I, of course, I found like I was running red line pretty much, just overheating continuously, which makes sense with just the way the mechs are built, and the lower amount of heat sinks and stuff that the inner sphere mechs have. But I don't know. I laid some punishment on the mechs as well.
Oh, you did, yeah.
Took your armor off on your head.
Yeah, the head was completely stripped. My right torso was stripped. My right leg was stripped. My left arm was stripped. It just you were doing really good damage. It just was floating around the whole mech
again. Yeah,
again.
That was the whole game for me, pretty much.
Yeah, and a lot of the rolls I was getting, like for location, it'd be like, okay, I got 3 different weapons hitting, and this one's center torso, right torso, right. Like I just kept doubling up on rolls, and it just shit happens, right? But I did notice, for as far as heat management went, there was a few turns I was just alpha striking everything, and I was like, whoa, okay, I'm cooking, like I'm around like the 10-12 mark for heat. And I got to just mellow out. So I had to take a good solid turn of just tone down the shooting quite a bit. And it helped. Because once you dropped all that heat, it was easy to kind of pick and choose what weapons I wanted to run. And obviously, as being, as far as being just a clan whore, I'm also a pulse laser whore. So, using those pulses as effectively as I can, basically sit in middle range. Because there's points where I just back up and kind of keep that distance between us, at least 6 or 7 hexes between me and the Steiner Axeman, and just let the pulse fly.
Yeah,
I just did not want to get close.
So and towards the end of the game, because the mission only lasted 6 turns.
Yeah,
and just touching base on the actual mission and like the deployment that we were talked about earlier, you were actually very, very close starting against each other.
Yeah, we were.
The way the map was set up, the way it was cut into these corridors, and then being able to deploy within a certain section, which put you really, really close. So the combat started a lot earlier, right?
Yeah,
like
it
did. In past games we've played with the double map sheet, right? The mouse pad sheet there, and we found that you're spending like the first 3 turns just trying to close that gap and needing these insane rolls to try to hit each other.
Yeah,
so it's a very long range battle, but towards the end of it, it could be 4 hours in, and you're just finally starting to really start to get some better numbers and actually do some decent damage. Whereas in this, we were already pretty close, and it was just, it's happening now.
Turn 2,
right?
It was going down.
Yeah, which was really, really fun.
It was.
It was pretty good. So it gives us an idea, of for future games as well, and maybe later down for events. That if you want those games to go a little quicker or have a little bit more punch and action, then I guess you kind of have to limit the size of your actual battlefield, right? So
yeah, it's nothing wrong getting in dirty,
cool.
Getting in nice and quick, right? It does make for a quicker game, considering we haven't actually been able to throw down and play Battletech for a little while. It was about 3 hours for our game, and that was with like fumbling through books, looking at rules. It's like, the hell does this do again? My goodness, I can't remember.
Wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad. We were pretty on top of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was some good moments in the game, and some really bad moments, of course, like with Hawkins. Not only did Hawkins like lose his leg and then fell, but he also shut down, which made him just dead in the water, and then literally the next turn dead.
Yeah.
With the headshot, called shot. So, and then Steiner as well, as finally, I think it was the 6th turn. Finally, no, it was I think the 5th turn. I finally got into closing range with you to swing that axe, the hatchet, and you got a 3rd engine hit on him, and that was it. He was done. So I didn't even get to swing his hatchet. So I was looking forward to that.
I was afraid.
Yeah. But there was that, and then there was poor Zero didn't really get into decent positions just because the way the initiative kind of went. Had to maneuver certain ways, and Bill played the terrain pretty good. He had some nice parts where he just blocked a complete line of sight to one of my mechs. And when Zero came out and seen his lance mates down, he went in for trying to hurt the hunchback and whatnot, and got both of his arms blown off in one turn. So large laser down, and then nothing on the other one. And I guess the the turn kind of ended that way for him.
It did, yeah. I was hoping to be able to do some mega damage. I know, unfortunately, at the end, I was out of AC 20 ammo.
Yeah,
with the hunch, so he kind of just stood there and, little medium lasers and.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mad Dog was out for blood, but I just couldn't fire enough stuff to actually do the job before it ended. And surprisingly, like all the destruction we're talking about, surprisingly it ended up being a tie.
Yeah,
because I didn't flee, and what clan would flee, right? And I wasn't able to kill them all, so it was kind of an interesting end to it, considering like all the destruction that was had, but still a really fitting part of, I guess, the storyline, right? Because they kind of have a little bit of a skirmish, a little bit of a battle, and then both sides kind of both back off and reconsolidate and hit each other later. So
yeah, no, for sure. No, it was fun. It was really awesome to feel the mechs that we just had got done up, and that we've been in love with ever since that series had come out.
Oh yeah.
And I've always wanted to do the Strikers myself, and I got some more mechs to do as well for them. But yeah, overall, I mean, there was a couple little extra rules that were for the scenarios as well.
Yep.
And I'm just going to touch base on the one which you didn't use.
I didn't use, no.
But there's the enhanced imaging that Bill was allowed to use in the game, and it's a neat little thing. It didn't make or break, the actual rules, but pretty much you would have to activate it at a certain point in the game at the end. I believe it's the end phase.
End phase, yeah.
You would activate it, and then it would give him some. It would give him some modifiers. So, if there was 2 light woods, it would only be a -1, and then similar with the heavy woods. So that'd be the +1, I should say. Same thing with the heavy woods, and then night combat modifier did not apply, and then it had some drawbacks too. So if I ever got any kind of internal damage on him, his pilot would take some damage as well, right? But in this game, it didn't come into effect. So, but it's cool to have that, because you see that enhanced imaging. Everybody loves that stuff, and I think it's just a good little addition to it. You can use it if you want. You don't have to use it, And there's bonuses and drawbacks, which I like. A lot of times there's rules out there that it's just all bonuses, and it could really, really, really affect the game itself, right? Like, clans obviously have an upper edge with range and whatnot, but overall, I mean, the mech warriors are pretty on par with each other.
Yeah.
The pilots, right? And then having that for the clans, and then having Kylie for the strikers, I think kind of balanced each other out a bit.
Yeah, it didn't feel like it was a mismatch. Like I was outnumbered 3-2. Plus he had the Banshee support, but it didn't really feel like I was, in a really bad place. I think that's where the clan tech kind of makes up for it. And obviously the range considerably is the big winner there. Is majority of my rolls, I was looking for 6s after, my pulse bonus. And like even with the Hunchback, it was around the 6-7 for my dice rolls, and I was like, oh, this isn't actually that bad at all. It was pretty good. So
I think the worst we had was like 8s.
I think it was 8, yeah.
Even with 0. Like it wasn't really that bad. But again, we were actually pretty close to each other, and like the map itself that we played on, there was a lot of hills, but not too many, right? So there was some partial cover, really wasn't any trees because we're really in this canyon and there's no trees in there, but definitely some good hits and definitely some modifiers. We jumped around a bit with our mechs that had jump jets, and we found how that modified, our shooting and whatnot. But otherwise, yeah, pretty balanced. I'm quite satisfied with the game, and even though I took some heavy casualties, it was fun. It was really fun, and I really had a good time playing it. So looking forward to continue playing and trying the other scenarios. And speaking of like the other scenarios, the nice thing about these is as we go through them, it gives us an idea for later down the road, and even for playing with other players and stuff, because we do have a bit of a group here, and there's always some adjustments you can make to fit a little bit better for whatever kind of event you're doing too, right? So but as for the next mission, so it's the Dust Ball Showdown. And I briefly looked at this earlier. There's a lot more mechs in this one.
Oh, I can hardly wait. Why don't you tell us about it so I can get hyped up?
So the clan forces, which is led by Redman.
Oh yeah.
Looks like 2 stars of mechs.
What?
Yeah, 10 mechs.
Oh my goodness.
So you're gonna have, she's in her vulture, of course.
Yeah.
Duval is there with her,
of course, and
you have a second vulture. There's 4 Thors,
what?
2 Mad Cats, and another Hunchback 2C. And most of them are 4 Gunnery 3, Piloting 4.
And another Hunchback 2C?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, so there's there's a fair bit of mechs on your side. And then on my side, I have the Steiner, Zach, and Ryder, and Ramirez, Zero Ramirez. So the Wolfhound, the Centaurian, the Mauler, and the Axeman, and Kylie for air support, and that's it. So the whole thing with this and the map itself is plain. There's nothing. It's straight up open. Everything is open.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So it looks like you in this game, I think you actually end up entering onto the board, onto the map sheet instead of starting on it.
Okay.
And as the strikers, I get to actually set up on the table, except for Val's Centaurian.
Yeah.
He actually comes onto the table, I think, turn 3
Oh,
by the looks
well.
of it. So yeah. But pretty much victory conditions is I have to hold out till turn 6 until FedCom reinforcements come.
Oh, Jesus.
So so it's going to be just move as much as you can, try to get as many modifiers you can, keep that distance. It's going to be, I think, a little ugly. So you have to destroy or drive off all the defending mechs before the FedCom raiding party arrives. And I pretty much have to survive until that. Yeah.
Wow.
So
That's crazy. I'm pretty excited. I think
So,
it's
yeah,
going to be
and-
awesome.
end of turn 6, we're gonna have to get a drop ship.
Oh, yeah.
But here's some special rules for it. So, because you were fighting in the hot desert sun of Dustball, all mechs build up 1 extra point of heat during the heat phase each turn.
Ooh.
All clan mechs enter play with a heat point level of 13.
Because you've been running around in the sun.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Dirty Innersphere. It's bastards.
so clan forces may not leave the map. Strikers may exit the map off the east edge only. And then, of course, the Banshee does her strike like before.
Mm-hmm.
Turns 2, 4, and 6. So,
Wow.
so yeah, so it's there's a lot of mechs on the board, but they've got some special rules in there to offset that, which is interesting.
Well, having heat 13, like that's a big deal. Like I'm just checking out the sheet. I'm basically -1 movement point, -2 movement points, and I'm +2 to my fire modifier.
There you go.
Right, so that's a big deal. Most likely, I'll be needing probably 9s for a fair chunk of the shooting.
Yeah, so it because this is still episode 2, so this is right after they end up getting Ryder, where the clans come back because of the Surat betrayal of the forces that were declared in that battle where Val was supposed to encounter them, and then he gets like betrayed, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So then this is where
They come back
Redmond
for blood.
Redmond comes back with a vengeance, but yeah, they're overheating. So it's interesting. It's pretty cool. That's going to be interesting to play. We'll probably have to take a little bit just to get forces ready for this one, but
Yeah, definitely. Like, man, I don't even own 4 Hellbringers.
Thor's. I think I have 1.
My goodness.
Yeah.
If you're listening and you don't need a Hellbringer, let me know.
You mean a summoner?
Is it Summoners?
Yeah, the Thors.
Thor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Hellbringers. You said first.
No,
wow.
We got Hunchbacks, Thors, and Mad Cats.
Oh wow. Okay, so yeah. If you have any Summoners,
Yeah, maybe have to hit up Jason, see if he has any Jade Falcons.
oh, I'm sure. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's right. Start to lean on my Jade Falcon boys. There's a couple of them.
And then just a little bit on the third scenario is when Malthus actually comes in, and I'll leave it at that.
Oh, that's good.
So,
I'm excited.
mm-hmm.
I'm excited.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. There's quite a few missions in it. So 11, 12, 13. Yeah, so there's like it goes up to episode 13, so I think there's about 14 or so missions because there's episode 2. Yeah. Oh, maybe a little less. But anyways. Whole bunch of missions to try out, scenarios to try out, special rules, which is cool because we, like I said, we haven't done that before. And it's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of pictures, and we get to share this with you guys. And hey, maybe you guys have the same source book out and you're playing some Battletech, and maybe you guys can join us in it.
That's right. Yeah.
Send us your
Definitely.
pictures.
Yeah, we love seeing the pictures, you guys. If you're on any of the social media platforms, do that hashtag Trident Wargaming so we can get to look at them, talk about them, give you a shout out on here. We even throw, we like throwing as much hobby love and attention your guys' way as well, because, it's really what it's all about, is engaging with fellow hobbyists and tabletop gamers and enjoying each other's craft, essentially, and company while you're rolling dice. So
Exactly. Couldn't say it any better.
yeah.
But yeah, we have a lot of fun and enjoyment and respect and whatnot for a lot of the guys out there putting their stuff out on the social media. We see some real nice looking minis painted up, great ideas, conversions, themes, like you name it, it's out there. And we love talking with guys about stuff like that and bouncing ideas back. And I don't know how many times Bill has sent me messages with pictures, check this out, and we just love it. So keep it coming, share it with us. We love to share our stuff with you guys. You see us on a lot of the pages, even the Facebook pages out there too, and there's been a lot of really great feedback and response to a lot of stuff that we've been doing. So we're very grateful for that.
No, 100%.
And we're very, very happy of how things have been going, with our podcast and everything else, right? So,
Well, yeah, that's right. Like we're now in December, where essentially we've only got 3-4 weeks left of this year, and it's gone by fast. Like, it doesn't feel like it when you look at all the different projects, but it's gone by really quick. It's just, I can think of all the pledges we've done and all the different episodes on all the different systems and armies we've been buying, and it's just, wow, man. Like, you wait till end of the year, guys, for a huge year in review episode. That'll be a big fat episode of all the pictures that we've been doing, and it'll be a huge recap. So definitely keep your eyes peeled for that.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff coming down. I know I'm really proud. I know Bill's really proud of the accomplishments that we've done this year. We've got a lot of projects done, and continuously we're doing more. Plus, we've shared with local communities. We've had giveaways here locally as well, and a couple, throughout with guys on social media and stuff too.
Yeah.
And we continue to do more of this. Next year will be pretty fun to get other projects going. Trying some other systems and this and that. So, just pretty much keep on painting, building, playing, chucking dice. So it's fun. It's been, I'm really happy myself, for sure. So well done. And I think that kind of wraps it up for this episode.
Yeah, that's about it, really. It's a little bit of a shorty, but not to worry. There will be more sweet Battletech stuff coming down the pipe. Again, keep your eyes peeled for Friday's post. We get to see some Somerset Strikers. And, just keep rolling dice and keep crushing Inner Sphere, boys. Thanks for listening.
Okay. We'll catch you guys next time.